Heads up. This podcast contains profanity, uncomfortable topics, and opinions of two weird gentlemen that are not suitable for children or sensitive listeners. One time in band camp, I had a clown's mouth.
And welcome everybody to another episode of Can and Cap. This is Eric, aka Digital Gore, bringing down the house along with my co-host. And introduce yourself, my man.
Yo, what's up? This is Khan. I am short for cancer, because, you know, I'm lonely.
He's been watching too many romantic comedies.
What's your favorite romantic comedy?
Oh, man. I actually have a good... I love Wedding Singer. That's the first one that popped into my head.
That's a good one.
I like that one a lot. You want to be part of the Mile High Club?
You know, the hip-hop granny passed away recently.
Really?
Yeah, she lived to be 102, I believe.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? At least she lived a long, happy life.
A good life. I think that's everyone's dream, is just to live a good life and just do as much people as you can in this life.
No, right?
So
I remember in the movie, she had a ridiculous number of, like, people she slept with.
Did she really say that?
Yeah. She was telling that to, what's his name? Adam Sandler.
Wow. Granny was a regular old whore.
You know what? I mean, I would be if I were her too.
You know, whores have feelings too, and the fact that we say whores sounds bad, but it's just not a bad thing, technically.
And you know what? You just reminded me of something that I saw the other day. There was a girl that said, why is it when a dude sleeps with a lot of chicks, he's considered a stud, but when a girl sleeps with a lot of dudes, she's considered a whore? And then there was a little meme on the bottom. It says that a key that opens many locks is a master key. A lock that gets opened by any key is worthless.
Oh. I guess it's a good metaphor?
An analogy, I guess.
But yeah. I always thought that, I don't know, a double standard here, or a good guy equilibrium, whatever. I just think, like, anyone could be a slut. And
that's true.
And it's not a bad thing, but I honestly will be negative about it, only because I'm the type that grew up with, like, people that I knew that would, like, cheat or be slutty, and I would be the one left out in the corner playing Monopoly by himself, so of course I'd be, like, negative. But it's like, you know what, someday I'm gonna be a slut too, and it's not a bad thing.
You know what? It is true. And
maybe like the term died for me. That's why I'll just say slut. Hey, slut. I don't care if you're a girl or a guy. A man or woman. I'll just be like, hey, slut.
What a whore.
Yeah. So slut it up, ladies and gentlemen. You live one life. Slut it up. Especially if you're single.
Just be safe about it.
Yeah. Don't be cheating. Nobody likes that. Okay. You can cheat on your diet all you want. Your stomach don't give a fuck who you seen or who you eating. But don't be cheating on a person that really loves to invest in you.
And and the funny thing is, when you said that, it reminded me of like 2006, 2007, Eric, where he was like, seeing people cheat and all that stuff and playing Monopoly by himself or whatever, it just...
Or Mousetrap.
Right. No, I was never a big fan of Mousetrap.
Yeah, fuck that game. Yeah. It took forever to make... Like, who makes a board game where you have to take the time to build it? And I get there's, like, things where you take the time to build it, but Mousetrap wasn't supposed to be that hard, and yet it's for little kids. Like, what kid is going to take the time, get the rubber band, and secure it on a latch so that when it traps a rat, you're like, gotcha, Mousetrap. You can't be that little kid is going to grab the rubber band, shoot his fucking brother in the fucking face, and be like, boom, bitch, I got you. Nobody's going to take the time.
And you know what? I don't even think we even set it up right. Like, we were trying
to.
And it was just like, we just gave up and played Monopoly.
We just wanted to see a marble roll down, and we're like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, that's it. It was too frustrating. We're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Let's play something else.
But yeah, let's not dive too deep in our past. But you know what we can definitely dive into?
What's that?
Bullshit.
You know what? I bullshit all the time, so that's perfect.
Do you remember what's the biggest bullshit you ever pulled out of your mouth, I guess, to somebody and they believed you?
Oh, man, I don't know, because you know what? Honestly, I'm a horrible liar. You can tell when I'm lying.
Yeah, that's true.
I get like a little... Even my wife knows immediately when I'm lying every time.
Ooh.
Like, I get a little, like, smirk on my face. I can't keep a straight face. I'm just like... I'm trying not to laugh. And she's like, oh, you fucking liar. I just can't do it. Honestly, I bullshit, but not to the point where I expect them to believe me. Like, I expect them to know these are lies.
That's pretty good. It's pretty great talent that your wife has, that she can detect your bullshit which means you better be honest with that woman, and you gotta be because she's gonna know if you're bullshitting.
Oh yeah.
But it just sucks, like when you're trying to keep a secret for like a secret birthday party or secret vacation. She's like, "Where we're going, honey?" And you're like, "Nowhere nice like Florida." You know, it's
the only way that can work
much.
is that I have to be like, I have to believe that what we're doing, we're really doing. So like, I'm gonna have to like basically ask somebody to plan something for us and not let me know, and lie to me.
You're gonna have to hire me to bullshit for your wife. And
Pretty
like,
much.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. But you know.
Oh Jesus, we're gonna die.
Just came. We're at Disneyland now. Sit down and enjoy the ride.
She would love that.
Jurassic Park or Disneyland?
No, Disneyland. Well, probably Jurassic Park too.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's awesome.
Who wouldn't love Jurassic Park?
Speaking of, you know anything about the new movie coming out, Jurassic
You know
Park?
what? I'm actually pretty excited for Jurassic World.
Oh, sweet. You should
man.
totally go with me when I do like a movie premiere party thingy.
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm trying to know exactly. Like, it's obviously afterwards. Are they in the same island? Like, what? Do you know anything of the backstory?
There's a lot of speculation. I have a geeky coworker who keeps pointing out the idea that like Chris Pratt is supposed to be the kid who's all grown up, and I don't know if that's true or not because I could have sworn that he has an accent in this movie, and the kid is supposed to be an American,
right?
So no accent whatsoever. I mean, I guess American is still an accent. I'm pretty sure someone in like Pakistan.
Well, yeah, I mean, in other
makes
countries,
fun of us as like, I'm an American. I want to use my credit card.
I used to when
gluten free.
Back in 2007, I was talking to this girl from Australia. And we were talking over the internet, like, you know, so I had a little microphone and all that. And she's like,
I just like, I'm sorry, it's just I like how you say like we were talking over the internet. This thingamabob that just lets us
this contraption. Anyways, you reminded me because you said accents, so I remember she's like, she loved my accent. It was an accent to her. To us, it's normal because you know it's the way everyone talks here. But to Australians, English.
Well, what
whatever,
accent did she say you have? Like an American or Mexican?
Well, she didn't really say. She just said like, "I love your accent." That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think she knows what I mean, they're in Australia. How many Mexicans are in Australia?
I don't know, but I feel like I would do pretty well out there with the ladies. Be like, "Hello, I'm rare. Come touch me.
You know what?
Burritos in your..."
You probably would. And I've read some research. Apparently, most like orgies and threesomes happen in Australia.
Wow, talk about going down under.
Right?
Give me a barrel, mate. I'm gonna roll myself down to Australia and fuck me some Aussies.
But going back to the Jurassic World, or actually Jurassic Park, do you ever know what happened to that bottle that was filled with all the dinosaur DNA or whatever the hell? The one that fat dude... I mean, do you think they found that and they created more, or what the hell?
It could be just because, like, the last scene that I remember, the fat dude...
he gets eaten by that dinosaur,
and
Dilophosaurus.
And it can go anywhere in that story because chances are he either left in the truck or I think he did take it out, right?
No, it fell, and then mud went over it.
So if anything... Well, that's the tough part, is they can claim that they found his body, and while discovering his body, they managed to bump into that. Or maybe it was never discovered. I think that's one of those things where you can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. I was wondering.
They still have the mosquito, or was the mosquito in that?
No. Remember, he went into this thing, he pulled out these things, and it had the dinosaurs' names, and he was, like, pulling out each little...
Like a database of...
Yeah, database.
Okay.
Like, I'm assuming it's, like, part of their DNA or something. I don't know.
I guess. I just remember everything started because of the mosquito that was inside that fossilized amber.
Exactly. They extracted dinosaur blood from the mosquito.
I don't know, that's a good question. I wouldn't doubt it, but that's nice to know that, like... If anybody that's part of the writers in Jurassic Park, they can probably get away with it and be like, they just we wrote a novel about it. They discovered Newman's body and he was there all fat and we found the bottle
and I know in the new movie they created like this super T-Rex, I guess you can say, something that's bigger.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, how did they manage to go from all these tragedies in Jurassic Park and then make this perfected SeaWorld park of Jurassic Park, and then of course they decide like, hey, science. We finally mastered the science of dinosaurs. Let's fuck around and make a genetically modified cyborg.
I know, right? Let's create this badass that could probably kill us all.
Like, did people never learn?
You know, whatever. It's cool. We could barely handle the normal dinosaurs. Let's create this bigger one that's way stronger, way smarter, and it's just gonna rape us.
Yeah. Well, either way, it looks fun, and Chris Pratt's supposed to be like the dinosaur trainer, so that's why like there's some scenes where he's sticking his hand out.
He's the dude with the raptors,
and he's
right?
just like, and he's just
He's
like,
controlling
like
them.
lay low, good boy, that's pretty cool.
I did like that part where he's riding was it a motorcycle and all the raptors are running next to him?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
We're free! Fuck this guy!
Imagine just one of them jumps on him and eats the shit.
Oh god, that would piss a lot of fans off. I know I'm a Chris Pratt fan, so I'd be disappointed. Like, don't eat him. Don't eat his face. At least leave the face alone. Leave the nice, handsome man alone. But
leave Chris Pratt alone.
Leave Chris Pratt alone.
That's funny.
Man.
But yeah, man, I'm super excited for that movie.
I really hope that movie turns out to be this
Is
year.
it June or July?
June. Then they announced it today. A friend of mine notified me, and she tagged me in, and she's like, 1 month exactly. I'm like, dude, 1 month till Jurassic World? Like, I have to wait that long? It makes me
I'm sorry. I was gonna like interrupt you right there because you're like 1 month exactly, and I thought you were gonna be like, oh yes, 1 month I'm gonna bang you. Like, you know.
Oh my god. No, nothing like that. No, I mean like 1 month like is when the movie comes
like,
out.
really? Imagine.
I'm gonna bang dinosaurs. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my own DNA. They can extract that, but oh my goodness. Let's see. So we got that one going on this week. We got Mad Max coming out. I
totally saw it was I've seen the original. Like, as soon as I saw that trailer, like, I was like, man, this looks like a Mad Max ripoff, and I didn't even know they were recreating it. Really? Yeah. Like, I was telling my wife, I'm like, man, this looks like a Mad Max ripoff, and this like Mad Max. Like,
wow,
ripoff.
that's like the time my grandma was like we took my grandma a long time ago to eat Chinese food, and there's egg flour soup, and it's made out of egg. But she would eat it, and she didn't like it, and she's telling my mom in Spanish, like, no me gusta, like, it tastes like eggs. And I'm like, it is eggs, Grandma. Like, I don't know, that's what it felt like you were saying.
Sound like Bobby right
Mad
there.
Max, hey, I want this ripoff of Mad Max. I'm Bobby Hill, yeah.
But that's so funny that, yeah. But the only reason I think, like, I hope that movie does well. It
will, man, for
it
sure.
seems promising, but the most important thing about this movie compared to all the summer movies coming out is that a lot of the movies is going to use your favorite thing, and it's practical effects, no special effects. Like, there's going to be CGI, of course.
Right,
But the whole point of that movie, it's straight out stunts. Straight out human.
A lot of animatronics, or...
I don't know about animatronics. I don't know if they need it, but either way, there would most likely be that than any CGI. As for, like, Jurassic World, there's still CGI, but I think, like, the raptor parts it's definitely going to be practical.
Oh,
so
damn.
either way, I don't know. I just I like going to movies, having fun, and that's what I want.
Right.
I want to have fun.
But the thing is, now with movies, like, I mean, nothing's really original anymore. They're going back to shit that's been done.
Yeah, and then they're doing a horrible job at it. RoboCop. I don't know if we mentioned this, but I remember RoboCop was so boring.
Oh, the new
I
one?
fell asleep. Yeah.
You know what? I have not seen it. So you don't recommend
like,
it?
it looks promising, and I like the idea of how it looks, but the story in general, I don't know what they did, but it made it so lame. Like, I was so disappointed, and I don't want to give too much away, but just know, like everything ended so fast for
Really?
the RoboCop, and I'm just like, dude, like, we barely took him outside to get a tan, and then you just fuck it up. Like, it's hard to explain, but
like, you couldn't connect with the characters or anything like that.
Yeah, like, I only recommend that if you are bored at home. You're like, cool, I'll check it out. You can watch it, but you'll kind of understand why this didn't live up, or why it wasn't fun as a movie. Because even the new Total Recall,
you know what? That one wasn't bad.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is, like, obviously it wasn't as good as the original. But the thing
I
was,
love the original with
they
Arnold.
but the thing is, they still try to make it fun. So it's like, if I saw this movie, I would have been like, yeah, at least it wasn't too bad, but it's just not as good. But the point is, you still have fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're recreating all these old movies, and also, like, how the whole comic book movies are now, like, so popular, but it's not like they're creating original content. They're taking stories from different, comics.
Well, it's an original way where, like Age of Ultron, do you know that Ultron was created by Ant-Man and not Iron Man?
Yeah, they
so
changed a few things.
Yeah, so if anything, it works out. They change a few things, and of course, it's just their adaptation of what the bad guy decides to do. It works out. So you're right. It's not really original, because obviously when we saw Spider-Man, we knew Uncle Ben died, and it was like, boo bee boo, Uncle Ben don't die. It was like, we knew that was gonna happen.
Exactly.
But it's just how they did it in their world.
The same thing. There's so many like multi-universes in Marvel where they have different stories.
Yeah, and
so, like,
they're all gonna connect in the end.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of Spider-Man, I was at Best Buy earlier. How come the new Spider-Man is so cheap? Like the like the movie.
Because
Like
the movie was kind of...
Was it bad? I haven't seen it.
It's not that it's bad. Like, it looks great, but it's just like... I know the second one wasn't that great.
That's the
it
one
was
that...
fun, but it just, like, really... Like, you kind of want it more.
They're selling the Blu-ray for, like, $4, and they're selling the 3D Blu-ray for, like, $14.
Maybe that's why. It's because it just didn't live up to the hype.
There's
There's something about Tobey Maguire. Like, I know everyone hates the third one, but in the end, it's like, it's so bad that it still became so good. You know, and the thing is, the new Spider-Man has this image of, like, we're badass, we're cool, we beefed up, but it still kind of sucks.
None of them really felt like Peter Parker to me.
I mean, the cool thing about the new Spider-Man was people love the fact that they use that cartridge-based thing, like the 90s cartoon.
Oh, I love that.
But, like, I kind of liked it when Tobey Maguire could just shoot out of his hands, because that's like me.
Well, they simplified it.
That's like me and my cell phone carrier. I like unlimited shit. I don't want to be, worrying about data. Just like I don't want to worry about cartridges. Like, oh shit, my data plan.
Are we going into a commercial right now?
No, are you kidding me? No.
You're like, no, we're gonna get sued.
We ain't getting sponsored. We ain't gonna talk about shells. We're getting sponsored. Sponsored by Cape White Jelly, but. Oh man, but no, I like that. It's just that Spider-Man is cheap because it's still fun to watch, but it wasn't worth the hype that... Yeah. At least the part 2. Part 1 wasn't too bad.
Part 2, who was the villain in part 2?
I don't know, I only remember...
Was it some...
or, you mean as in enemies?
Yeah, enemies, yeah. Who in the second movie?
The villains were Lizard Man.
Oh, I thought that was the first one they made.
Yeah, the first one. The second one is Shocker, who's supposed to originally be like yellow with the black bars.
Yeah, and
at least that's how we grew up with
cartoon. The 90s cartoon.
Yeah, but he's actually blue in this one for electricity. Jamie Foxx does a good job. It's just that...
Was he the Shocker or was he Electrode?
Oh, you know what? I think that's... No, you're right. I think it was Electro. So it was the guy with the green suit.
The green, yes.
Whole, like...
The one that the Red Skull supposedly created.
Either way, they did not look like their costume, but it works out because... I mean,
they're kind of cheesy.
You don't want this, like, lightning symbol in your head, like, it's me, Chuck E. Cheese, coming to kill us, baby.
But, like, I mean, in the 90s cartoon, everyone was so buff, even just, like, the normal characters. And that's why they just don't fit into me. Like, like, Peter Parker, 90s cartoon. Does he look physically like any of the actors that have portrayed him?
No, like, of course not. But the thing is, Spider-Man still fit. But I think that's why everyone got mad when Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. Obviously, Tobey Maguire worked out to get that physique. Obviously, he's not, like, buff, but he has that physique that Spider-Man needs to be. Cartoons obviously over-exaggerate the physique of a character.
They can make him, yeah.
But here's the thing is that we hated 3 because they just stuffed...
That 70s show guy, man. He's no Eddie Brock.
That's the point I was trying to bring up, is that Venom... biggest, buffest dude. You could have had any actor and you bring the dude from the 70s show. I forget his name, but that's how disgusting.
I don't know his real name either.
And, Topher Grace. So, they bring Topher in and, like, they just genetically, or what am I saying? They made him CGI and it just... Yeah. Like, it just didn't work out. His voice didn't work out. His physique didn't work out. It's bad enough that you got one thing that doesn't work for you. Have something else play with it, but it was just not that great.
Yeah, that was the really bad part on it. Sandman was actually pretty dead on.
Yeah, I thought Sandman was actually pretty cool. I mean, even the costume. I don't know if people like the backstory, but I did. I thought, like, he had heart, and of course he obviously has a big role in Spider-Man 1 that we didn't know about.
Another thing I didn't like was his whole Tobey Maguire's, or should I say Peter Parker in the movie, his little emo face when he took the symbiote.
Yeah, that was the biggest joke right there. Like, I'm a bad boy. I do what I want. I cut my wrist and I'm cool because I'm emo. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
I didn't like they just painted his suit black. Like they should have did it completely just like this.
Yeah, like that was it. Like they should have made it creepier. Like I get in the cartoons they did, then he saw a reflection of himself and it's Venom.
And it had more than just that. Like I mean, the symbiote can change his clothes. Like it had a lot of like abilities, which is pretty awesome.
I think it's just a time frame thing. They were trying to push it out before other movies became more interesting. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know who they were competing at the time, but I'm pretty sure it's like that's the thing is a brand new movie will always get the attention compared to something that we already know what it is. So Spider-Man 3. True. So I think that was part of it. They were rushing it. And they said, let's just get this movie anyway now because we're gonna make money regardless.
And when Spider-Man 3 came out, was that the same time that the PlayStation 3 came out? Because, I mean, they seem to have the same writing.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I know
2007 or something like that. Or maybe 2 years, or it already came
2006, something like that? Because I think we were... Cause when did Xbox come out? Weren't we in high school still?
2006 was when the Wii came out. And then after that should have been, PlayStation 3 and then the Xbox 360. So that was probably 2007 or 2008. No, you know what? Maybe earlier because I remember in high school I was like it was my senior year. I specifically played the 360, and at the time it was 360 versus PS3.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's 2006, 2007. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, PlayStation only had that same type.
It had that writing, yeah, exactly. So and
but
I know
it wasn't enough to make me buy
it. Although I love my PS3 now, though.
Yeah, I do too. Now that I got the Kingdom Hearts 2 HD remake, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I still need to buy that. I have the first one, not the second one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
I like the one with Roxas and all that.
Roxas. I like Kingdom Hearts 2 a lot. I just don't like the beginning. It's so
I don't remember the beginning.
You play as Roxas, but like you're in that Twilight Town, and it takes forever to finish it. So after 20 minutes of gameplay or 30 minutes, it's like Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm like, really? Took me this long to get here? Like,
calm down, Buzz. You're not a kid. 20 minutes is not that bad.
Dude, 20 minutes is everything. Now that I'm old as shit, I get mad that like when I have to do something and it takes me an hour. Like I even go to the movie theaters and hesitate. Like, fuck, man. 2 hours and I have this movie better be good, you know. Even for Avengers, like, please, I hope I can make it all the way through. But the only reason why I survived is because the movie was so interesting and so fun. If it was any other movie, let's just say I meet a nice lady and she's like, let's go watch this documentary, and I'm like, cool. 2.5 hours just to see penguins fucking each other? Come on. And then I gotta deal with that.
You're like, we better be doing the same thing.
We better be learning how to make that mating happen, because woman, I'm getting out of here. I don't need this shit. But
so you did like the Avengers movie, the new one?
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of people bitching about it, and it even got to the point where the director, Josh Whedon, who's an amazing guy, you know, he's done a lot of good stuff. For me, you know, I love Firefly. But yeah, it's just that I guess it came to a point where he quit Twitter, and this isn't the first time. It's just that sometimes the fans can get to you. They can really put an impact. So if you're a fan of something and you don't like it, don't directly go to the director and hate them for it. You know, they're just doing their job. Just be like, you know what, I don't like it. That's why it's like, if I hate something that someone did, I'll be like, fine, I don't like it. I'll just unsubscribe. But
that's kind of good though.
I'll just leave it as it is.
I mean, they're wasting their time to express something they hate. I mean, they're taking time out of their day, like, oh, this movie I did not like, blah blah blah. As long as they're talking about your movie, that's all good. Whether
yeah,
they
but
like
it just
or
sucks that like I guess he's so into his work, or
yeah,
not
I mean,
like
not
like an amusement, like what do you call it, like a vain way of like, oh, you like my art, fuck all you peasants,
fuck
you. Yeah, it's just like, oh,
you know what?
It. You know what?
I like the movie.
It gets to your brain to the point where like, you know what? I suck. I quit. I'm leaving this world type of thing.
Yeah, I like the movie. I mean, I had like little things little details that I was like, okay, that could have been a little different. But other than that, overall, I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
I like, that's the thing about Joss Whedon, is he makes it fun with the characters, the dialogue, and it's like, you know how when we were kids we always enjoyed like Michael Bay movies, Jerry Bruckheimer movies, because it was the adventure and it was the fun that you had.
Right.
And I think that's our current like Transformers and our current
Guy Ritchie movies.
Big, you know, happy. Yeah, like it's our current adventure movies. We love having fun.
Yeah.
So we love to have fun.
Girls, they wanna have fun.
Oh, girls, they get blowjobs. Okay, so so yeah, that was a good topic right there. We got a summer movies 2015. Do you remember a certain movie that came out in the summer that you couldn't wait? Like, I guess a long time ago, that you're like, fuck. And when it came out, it was like better than you expected.
Like, I couldn't wait to see in the movie theater.
Yeah, like you were like,
damn, dude, I can't really think of.
And it's really so hard to think, because
it really is, man.
Because like, I don't know when summer blockbusters became a trend. I don't know if it even started when we were kids.
You know what? I think it did. You know what? Honestly, and I'm going back. Like, the movie that I couldn't wait to see when I was younger was Independence Day. I remember seeing the commercials for it. I was blown away. I was like, fuck.
I think that was that's a good one, just because it is summer. I know it came out on 4th of July.
4th of July, yeah. And then I was just like, damn, how'd they do that?
And aliens were a hot topic back in the 90s too.
Yeah.
I remember we had Fox specials about aliens. My parents did the Halloween special here with our like house display. So for those of you who don't know, in the front of our house, we always do a Halloween theme. We go all out every year. It's all my dad's, master plan. And I remember a long time ago was aliens, because there was a good year or two where everyone couldn't stop talking about extraterrestrials. Awesome.
Yeah, I know, man. It was crazy.
Independence Day, Deep Impact, Mission to Mars, I think. Well, I don't know if Deep Impact was anything like that, but I know Mission to Mars.
Mars Attack, that was more
Mars
funny.
Attack, yeah. No, but it was still alien related.
Yeah.
People loved it. People went crazy. You got Contact.
Then a lot of older movies. I mean, there's older ones like the Encounters of the Fourth Kind or whatever the heck.
Oh, yeah.
Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind.
Third King.
Third or fourth?
It was third.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I plead the fourth. Oh, wait. I plead the fifth.
fifth. It's a
fuck
number.
numbers, all right? Numbers are stupid. They never taught me anything.
What about you, man? What was a movie that you remember that you were like,
I don't remember. Like, I remember Inception was one of them. Scott Pilgrim. I remember in 2007 Transformers. I was like, what? Hasbro's making a movie about their toys? That's stupid. How's that gonna work? I'm trying to think of an older one too. I think I forgot what it was. It was a Jet Li movie, and I found it was coming on my birthday. Kiss of the Dragon, I think. That was a good one.
I like that one.
That one's really fun. And I was like, dude, this is my birthday movie, July, yeah, And then I'm trying to think of a really good one that was maybe after Independence Day. But I remember I was like, dude, this movie's gonna like kick somebody's nuts really hard. I think for me, maybe it was a little bit of Tron Legacy. I just loved Daft Punk, and then I love Tron as a kid. I know it wasn't the greatest movie. Like now when I watch it, I kind of get a little bored because the story wasn't that great. But what made it great was like the lights and sound, and it was a video game. That was the best thing we had to a video game movie. Now we have a bunch of them that came out, obviously, and documentaries. So I think for me, maybe it was Tron Legacy because I had my friends from up in Los Angeles at the time. I had my Daft Punk T-shirt ready, and it was just really, really fun to see. And I think that was before Disney started becoming a powerhouse again.
Right, yeah.
Because we saw what Disney can do, but it's like, what else can they do? And then obviously now we got them to own the Avengers, and we got Star Wars, and we've seen all these movies come out for that, trailers, and we're like, damn, Disney's like
video game movies are coming out. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph came out, a couple
even
years
like
ago?
their own studio. So it's like one thing about Pixar, they got their gem, and I guess Disney's like, we need our own animation studios to be just as good as used to be, like when we did Snow White and Mulan and all that.
And the new one that's coming out, I don't know who's doing it. Is it Adam Sandler's company? You saw the commercial for it, right?
Oh,
the one with video games.
That's Adam Sandler. And
Happy
That's
Madison?
Sony, I think. You're talking about Pixels?
Yeah, Pixels. Yeah.
I want to see. I know people are like, oh, I don't want to see Adam Sandler and Kevin James. I totally get you guys, but I'm gonna go because it's video games, and of course my favorite actor from Game of Thrones is in it too. So. Peter Dinklage.
But I'm not gonna hate on Adam Sandler. I mean, yeah, sure, his last couple movies have been like,
he's like I'm gonna admit he's a guilty pleasure. Like even I want to see Paul Blart. I won't see it in theaters, but I still want to see that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I actually enjoy his movies. They may not be the best. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I enjoy them. Like, I mean, I enjoyed Blended. That was a good movie. I liked it.
I still need to finish that. I never saw it.
I enjoyed what other ones? I mean,
have you seen Jack and Jill? Is it really that bad?
It's whatever. But I mean, it's okay.
Super Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, super Adam Sandler movie. The thing with these recent movies, and it's funny because it always has to do something with some sort of vacation. Where's Adam Sandler going to travel to this time? In Jack and Jill, he went on a cruise.
That's right.
On Blended, he went to Africa. What other movie did he have a trip on? Just Go For It with Jennifer Aniston, or Just Go With It. He went to Hawaii.
He loves Hawaii.
Yeah.
He always goes to Hawaii.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that movie. Jack and Jill was kind of stale, but I still watched it all. It wasn't horrible. Blended was pretty cool. I liked it because
and he still makes the monies because people like us who have guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
We still pay for it. So.
And speaking of that, Netflix did a thing, and apparently his movies are the most watched on Netflix.
Yeah, because it's something nice to sleep to or just enjoy when you're bored. It really is. I mean, but I bet it's like the older stuff too, like Billy Madison. I'll watch that just so
Billy Madison, Happy
like,
Gilmore.
you blew it. Makes me feel.
No, that's Happy Gilmore.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying, but whatever. See, even I blew it with that. I'm like, you blew it. You don't even know what movie you're watching.
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Little Nicky. There's so many. Like he's done some really good ones.
Yeah. So, I mean, good for him, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you'll live long enough to be the villain, I guess, but fuck it. When you're making money, why not?
The one movie, I can't think of the name. The one with Seth Rogen, Funny People, was it? That wasn't too bad. He was a dick on that one.
He was more, it was supposed to be more of a serious comedy rather than... And it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was alright.
I love Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
Jonah, take your balls off my face. Oh, Seth Rogen, you funny Jew. But
wow.
What? He is a funny Jewish man.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a strong J right there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that... Yeah, you're right. That was pretty messed up.
I could probably pass off as Jewish. I got that honker. You know, I've had people...
And at least I just said Jew. Like,
hey,
like,
you know what?
Because, it's the type of
for
person,
all we
Jewish.
know, I am
hey
Jewish.
There, Jewish man. Hey there. And you're just like, look at my nose. I can pull off as a Jewish.
I've been asked.
That's like, hell, look at my brown skin. I can pull off as any country that has brown skin. Like, what the fuck?
My bad. You know what? Let's edit that part out.
No, I want people to know you're a Jew hater.
I never said I was a hater.
I mean, Jew lover. Yeah, we'll just cut it out. Anyway. Oh, man. But there's I think, like, that's the best thing about summertime. You pay all this money so you can go enjoy a movie, relax in the air condition, assuming that your local movie theater has air conditioning.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Giant cup of icy. For me, I just get a big bottle of water since I can't drink, which sucks.
Let me ask you a question. Like, out here, like, I know there's movie theaters, because I've seen them around, where they actually,
like
you can wine and dine, pretty much, in the movie theater.
Well, I think there's one movie theater that we have that lets you buy sandwiches and drink beer. That's what you mean by wine and dine.
Well, I mean, like, it's kind of like a restaurant, and you watch I watch a movie.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you never heard of those? Well, I mean, I know we don't have one here.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. But no, I never really heard of that. I heard of the drive-in, but what do you mean? Like, you get to actually have, like, a 3-course meal?
Like a meal, yeah.
And then are you sharing, like, the screen with other people, too?
Yeah, of course.
What happens if, like, the fat guy who's eating, like, lobster is too loud and like, more butter, please, more butter.
I never been to one, so I don't know how it works. But I mean, what I would love is just like a good meal and like obviously some booze.
I gotta research that. I did not know those exist.
I'm pretty sure.
There's like what was it? There's like movie theaters now. Like I've seen on Facebook and all that where the seats are like big enough so two
like
people
lazy
can like
boys.
cut it. Yeah, like 2 people can cuddle, which I wouldn't doubt because shit like that's comfortable. I have a friend in LA that's done 4D movies. Obviously, like they're specialized seats because they got like I guess they can spray water at you and give out a certain scent. You know, because it's 4D, you're supposed to feel like you're in the movie.
Right.
Like, whoa.
I've never been. That must be expensive, huh?
I wouldn't doubt it. I just hope that it's worth the experience. So, like, if it was Age of Ultron, I'm pretty sure 2 hours of, like, you actually smelling and all this stuff, I think that would be worth it.
I wonder how they would do that.
I wonder if they'll let me smell, like
throw some gravel at you when something explodes.
I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking more like Scarlett Johansson when she's, like, doing her, like, love scenes or, like, her close-up scenes. Like, if you get to smell her hair and all that. And, like, there's, like, a piece of hair that comes out and you can smell
sir, are a pervert.
I'm lonely, okay? Get it right. Fuck. But... I'm just saying, like, I know they have smell
her
vision.
character is such a whore. I'm sorry, I just had to say it is.
No,
in the first movie, she was after what's his name, and we didn't even know he had a fucking family. And in the second movie, well, this is the second movie, but in Captain America: Winter Soldier, she was all over him.
Well, she's okay. I know a woman that's similar to.
I even think that
she is not. She is portrayed by many as a whore, and I can see why everybody was complaining about that. But
also, you have
and even Hawkeye or Jeremy Renner himself had said like he made a joke about it, like, oh, what do you think about Black Widow's character? And he's like, oh, she's such a slut. But it was
exactly.
But it was a joke,
but
though.
The character.
But everyone took it offense. But I get it why people are there's. And the funny thing is that's the issue. We're discussing a character that's not real, and we're talking about how she's a whore, and it's not really the fact that she's a whore. It's
I'm not saying Scarlett Johansson's a whore.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like in defense of Black Widow, they give you a backstory. I mean,
she's playing a whore.
She's a killer.
A killer whore.
No, because like
stop defending her.
No,
she's a whore. I'm sorry.
No, because okay, why is she?
That should make you happy.
Why is she a whore? Because She just wants to be with
she
somebody.
wants to bang.
Yeah, but she finally wants to go with the nice guy. Look,
A nice angry guy.
Whatever. At least he's not beating her.
Oh, he probably will.
Well, you don't know that. Look, the thing is, she comes out as a whore because the fact that she's in love with more than one guy, and she tries, and I don't know if she did it with him. I don't care. But
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But the thing is, I've known people where it's like, they let their defenses down,
she falls in love too easily.
Even despite that she falls in love too easily because she never had the opportunity as a kid. Everybody treated her like shit as a kid, so maybe it's easy for her to put her guard up. But when she trusts somebody, it's because she pulls her heart in, knowing that she's part of a team now that doesn't seem like that's going to screw you over. But obviously,
that
she
makes
gets screwed
sense.
over.
That makes sense.
So the thing is, yeah, she comes out as a whore because her love interest is
this
vast.
better be the last one.
But
who's next?
We don't know.
Iron Man? Who's next? Thor?
Iron Man is a whore too. He's banging
yeah,
every bitch. So why are we saying that Tony Stark's a whore?
That's fine.
And that's what I'm saying.
I
That's
agree
fine.
with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think everyone's.
What about Thor? You know,
everyone
he's
could
horny.
be a whore. Thor, you know, for someone like that's the funny thing is that Thor is actually not too bad. He's in a world where like the way they talk and all that, and like the people how they live, it's like, oh, where are my wenches? Come here and fuck. But he's actually the nicest guy out of all of them. He has one girl.
Viking mentality.
He wants that one girl.
Well, I don't know, man. When that girl, the Scarlet Witch, got in his mind, there was like an orgy going around.
Well, that was just his people. His people party.
Wasn't his people.
That's the way he is. But then he actually settled down. He's like, I love what's her name from Black Swan? Fuck.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, and he's like, I want Natalie Portman. Bring me Natalie Portman.
What's her character's name in the movie?
I don't know, but the point is, Jane.
Jane.
Yeah, so he's stuck with her. But that's what I'm saying is he's stuck with her. So maybe he was a past whore, but I'm saying he's stuck with her. Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow, obviously comes out as a whore because she had more than one love interest. And usually girls like that, they disappoint me in real life, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? I get it. I got to know them better, so it's like I feel bad. That they're going through that, but at the same time, it's like you got to know when to not do that. So maybe chances are in the new movie, she probably won't have a love interest because she's still on the Hulk. Hulk is the nicest guy there is, despite his superpower as being super angry. But that's what I'm saying. And then Tony Stark, he was a whore too. He loves Pepper Potts. They never established what happened. He just says, "Oh, she's running my company."
Yeah.
But he was a whore too, a major whore, a playboy whore.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying is like the horror direction go more than one way. People forget that it's just so easier to pick on the hot girl that comes out as a whore because yeah. But the thing is, I feel like she has a purpose for being a whore. I'd rather that I be with someone who used to be a whore because their defenses are so messed up from their past, rather than someone who just loves being a whore because their rich parents are like, "Here's a credit card, honey. Daddy, there's nothing that says I love you like this credit card, honey. Daddy loves you." You know, that's the whore. That's the shit I don't like. But yeah.
Damn, you really thought about this, haven't
yeah,
you?
because
like you really went into detail. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like I didn't even overthink it. I'm just like, okay, her character's a whore, whatever. But you analyzed it. You sat down. You probably have notes and shit of her past life. Like, Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know anything about Black Widow except from what I've seen in the movies. Maybe in the comic books they straight up say, "Here's the horror adventures of Black Widow and the Black Dicks." But you know, I'm just saying that that's how it is to me, and I feel like it's not fair that we're calling some fake character a horror when it's like.
Well, I mean, it's
when there's other horror. I'm just
life,
saying,
bro.
I'm just saying,
it's a fake character. Who cares?
That's why I feel like
one day.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm probably gonna be a horror one day. Where I'm like, right now I'm a one woman guy, but I feel like because I'm so angry and I have all this built up anger. I'm going to work out so hard and hopefully get a six-pack in time before I'm 35 and just be like, I'm a whore. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I'm going to suck all the vaginas I want, you know? So that's what I'm saying. It happens. And that's why I try not to judge. Growing up, yeah, it was different. But then I realized people have a past.
Well, we all change, you know?
And yes, we all change. So I don't know. I guess it's just that I was that bored, as you can see. And
I mean...
But I'm saying, like, that was one of the biggest issues.
I just think it's overanalyzed.
That Josh Whedon was like, dude, like, fuck the fans. They're all stupid. And it's true, because we were like, whore.
I mean, it shouldn't matter if she's called a whore or not. It's just, like, a character. It doesn't matter.
True, but I'm just saying, like, it's not fair that she's the only whore when there's other whores.
No, I call everyone that's a whore a whore.
No, I know, but I'm saying that everybody else that's calling her a whore is, like, super, like, she's a whore. We hate the fact that she's a whore. I'm like, no, you're thinking she's a whore. She's not. She just happens to be someone who's loosely based on love, you know? I mean, she could be a stuck-up... And I'm pretty sure she wasn't like that. Everyone would be like, oh, she's a stuck-up bitch because she don't want to live anymore.
It's not like we've seen her bang any of them. Or, like, or even implied that she banged.
You know how there's always that nice.
Because obviously we're not gonna see it.
Yeah, it's like she's that girl that happens to be hot, but I'm saying like if she wasn't hot and she was the girl that tried, no one would be calling her a whore. People would be like, "Oh, poor girl who can't get anyone because she's ugly." I'm just saying, it's just looks do matter, I guess.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, I don't find her. I mean, she's pretty, but I don't find her attractive. That attractive. No, That's just me, though. I mean, I know I'm gonna get some hate if anyone listens to this shit.
She is an attractive woman, but I love when Scarlett Johansson was a little bit younger and not so. Like she's a beautiful woman. She's got curves and all that. But I don't know why. But I remember Scarlett Johansson and. I'm not talking about like teenage years and all that. Like obviously they grow up, they have to. But there's this. But I'm just saying like she's really good. Like I think it's that voice maybe that gets to you, and I think that's why she did good in that movie where she plays as an artificial intelligence. Call her. It's just her voice the whole time.
Oh, I don't even know if that's... I've never seen that one.
But I think it's... I mean, she's one of the coolest actresses out there. Besides Charlize Theron.
Who's that?
You may know her... I'm trying to think of the most popular movie she did that you can recognize her. She definitely was in the Prometheus movie.
I've seen Prometheus.
She's the blonde one.
Okay, I know exactly who she is.
She's done a lot of movies.
She's the girl that banged, what's his name?
Just like, I know that bitch, she banged this. I know that whore, she banged.
That's how I associate it.
I know, sorry. That's why it's just funny, but...
he was in The Office. He was also in...
oh, you're talking about...
Charles Minor. Well, I remember his character in The Office. He was also in Pacific Rim. Yeah. He's obviously in Thor.
You want to die in the apocalypse?
He's the dude, the gatekeeper. I don't know his name.
Yeah, but that's her. That's
well,
her.
that's him.
But she's been in a lot of... No, but like Charlize Theron has been in a lot of movies, and I probably said her name wrong. I know they talk about her name, and she's actually African. She was born in Africa, so she's an African. Or something like that, and then like
that's a lot of white people that were born in Africa.
So it's
like especially like Southern Africa or something like that.
Yeah. So and let's see. I'm trying. I can't believe I can't think of it, but she's done a lot of movies. I remember I loved her in a TV show, Arrested Development, where you find out
I've seen Arrested Development.
You know the third season when Michael dates.
I don't even think I've seen that one.
Oh, where he dates a special girl. She's retarded, but the reason why you don't think she's retarded because she has a British accent.
But so you can't tell.
She is.
Yeah, I haven't seen that season. I've seen like the first season, probably the second.
She's a gorgeous lady. Like, there's not a lot of ladies where it's like, oh, Angelina Jolie, hot. It's like I know they're beautiful, but I don't find them attractive. But
yeah, there's a difference between like beautiful and hot.
Yeah, like there's one that's like you want to have a relationship and everything.
Right, they're like you want to take them out, you want to take care of them, you want to cuddle them, you want to make love,
everything
not bang.
That you can think of, you want to do. That's
that's beautiful. That's love.
Ain't that so beautiful?
But, yeah, apparently it's a Nick Jonas song. I didn't know. I was like, what?
What?
Yeah, that song. Have you heard it?
I don't. Which one? The one you were just singing right now?
That's so beautiful.
No, I haven't heard it.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's a quick run through of our summer blockbuster movies. I guess that's the topic right there.
Yeah, I mean, without even planning it, it's just something that we just dived into naturally.
Absolutely. So to the hundreds and thousands of viewers that are listening to this, feel free to leave a comment on what movie are you looking forward to this summer and what movie you did look forward to in the past. And, comment, like, and subscribe our video page. And I don't know what else you want to say to the viewers before we go, man.
I just want to I just want to say thanks, guys, for listening and taking some time out of your day. We're sometimes, a little goofy, a little weird, but you know what? That's everybody. We're all a little goofy inside.
And we're all whores.
Hey, I was a whore at one point.
You blew it!